Meet Phineas. Phineas is my phrenology head. Not everyone has a phrenology head. This was a gift from my mum some years ago, and I think it's a great example of the fact she realised that I've always been fascinated by people. I've always been interested in what makes people tick, why we do the things that we do. And back in the 19th century, the commonly held belief was that if you touched the bumps and lumps on somebody's head, you'd be able to get a sense of their character, their personality. Thankfully, we've moved on since then. And in the 20th century into the 21st century, there has been an explosion of all things psychology related. And from a personal development, self-development point of view, there has never been more opportunity to really understand ourselves and get to know what makes us tick. Which is wonderful, it's great. I mean, it's fantastic that there is the ability to develop that awareness. However, it's never really sat that comfortably with me. And I think I now realise that my discomfort with it is, why are we looking outside of ourselves to understand what's going on in the inside? So all of those self-assessment tools and personality profiling and all the categories and labels that come from that, that creates that sense of looking outside of ourselves to understand who we really are. And we've got this innate wisdom that knows who we really are, but we're not really tapping into it. And so I've really been discovering over the last few years what it's like to flip all of that on its head and look at doing the inner work. Now, for me, mindfulness has been a really important gateway into that. So mindfulness is something that I've been practicing for over 12 years, and I've introduced lots and lots of people to it. And there's such power in becoming more mindful. We can feel much more empowered. We understand ourselves better. But I'm even seeing the limitations in that now, because perhaps you're like me, having done lots of self-development, practiced mindfulness for years, understanding ourselves better, but somehow still finding ourselves in the same place, still getting stuck and caught up in old stories, old patterns of thinking and behaving, and maybe getting frustrated or a bit disengaged with it. So I'm discovering now that this inner work goes to a different level. So instead of looking at those categories and labels and even our own stories and ways of understanding how we are in the world, we go beyond that and really connect with a sense of our own inner wisdom. And that ability to be more aligned and go inside more often reveals so much more and creates so much more ease and freedom. And so that's my invitation to you, is to join me on your own inner work journey this year. And to do that, I've got a couple of masterclasses. The first one starts in February. And what that's about is coming together in a small group of people online for about 1 hour and 15 minutes each week for a 4 or 6 week period. And really looking at our own inner journey and being willing to go beyond all those stories and all the things that we've done before that have had limited success, but we now feel are holding us back. So that's my invitation. The invitation is to put aside the old ways of doing things and understanding ourselves and going to source, going to who we really are and creating our life from that place. So I leave you with the question about, what could you create for yourself? What could be possible for you in this year if you were to go on your own inner work journey?